Samantha Meah land. You lucky little residents of Samantha Meah land. You lucky people in your houses and your flats listening to this programme. What a show we've got to you tonight, because tonight we have a Nakes special on the show tonight. We have a Barenaked Ladies special, and all we have to say is, we're not worthy! It's on the programme. There's an interview with the Barenaked Ladies. I spoke to them yesterday, and 3 songs that they played live in my presence. Me there and everything. But they were all there. They were like in the studio there. The studio where Ken sits. With their instruments and their love boots. Oh, they were so nice, weren't they? Weren't they?
They're Mountie bodyguards.
They're Mountie their bodyguards were Mounties.
Cool. They're all called Malcolm as well.
They're all called Malcolm.
All drinking their Labatts.
They're not, because they're not Canadian stereotypes. And Lisa, like you, one of them is ginger.
Wow, red, thank you.
Really,
what's it like?
Yes.
It's sort of big and ginger and curly.
It does look very windswept, as if someone had pointed a hairdryer at him, but from the chin angle.
I can tell you. Did you like it?
I did.
Are you going to emulate it? Because you're looking a little bit unshaven, Ian.
Yes, I'm trying to give my spots a rest.
Well, it kind of looks like you're trying to develop a, hey, I've just got out from between the sheets kind of look, and I haven't been asleep.
No.
It's between the sheets of the newspaper, that's the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
He's been tuning into pirate radio stations again, hasn't he, under the sheets?
You know, sometimes I read the newspapers while lying down on the settee, and then I fall asleep. And then I wake up and I've got newsprint all over my... Then I've got the news of the world all sort of imprinted across my forehead. I'm thinking of renting it out for advertising space.
That is so sad. It's like, no, I can't tell you, because it might be a bit racy. No, I can't tell you. I'll tell you during the record,
All
okay?
right.
All right, then. Anyway, so a little bit of change of schedule, of changing around of things on the programme tonight to accommodate the Nakes, of course. So I shall ask, earlier than usual, Paul, what kind of a week have you had?
Well, I think the highlight of my week, and I'm editing this for the purposes of fitting in everything else, was Ian doing his racy dance in Area 3 yesterday.
Why? I can't remember why.
Aside from the Nakes, I can't remember why he was doing it either, but he was doing it, and it was great.
Is it because we were saying that the Nakes did some great dances on Friday, and you asked if they'd done the racy dance?
Yes, I think that was it.
I think that was it. I don't think the Nakes would ever have heard of racy. Were they big?
Highly unlikely.
Were they big in Canada?
Racy?
Yeah.
I doubt it very much. They were hardly that big over here. Well, they had a couple of very big hits, but they didn't build on it.
Novelty records, really, weren't they?
Fairly novel.
Anyway, yes, so go on. Yes, Ian did the racy dance in Area 3
Come on,
yesterday.
baby, lay your love on me.
That was a good one, wasn't it?
That was the only one I can recall.
Some girls do, some girls
that's
don't.
Top song.
Some girls need a little loving, and
Hey, some girls don't.
And, you know, in a very real sense.
it's true.
Paul, you look so like a Nake. You look like a Nake generally, because like
thank you.
yesterday you looked a lot like a Nake because you have your goatee beard. However, the Nakes have moved on now and they don't have goatees anymore. But they didn't ask you to join the band, and do you know why?
Why?
Because they hate you.
That's very nice.
No, I'm joking.
I was going to say, I did all that work yesterday.
No, I'm kidding, babes.
Also explained cricket to one of them.
Yeah, I was most impressed
that
at the way you were able to distill the ins and outs of cricket to...
In about 5 minutes.
If there's
the best
anybody
player with the nice hair.
Anybody listening who's as old as me and remembers there was an old tea towel you used to be able to get in the 70s, which explains the rules of cricket. You know, when one team is out, they're in, and when the other team is in, they're out, and when the team that's out is out, they have 2 men in and everything.
That.
If anybody's knows where I can get a copy of that tea towel to send to my friend Andy, he plays the keyboards in the Nakes, you know.
Rules of cricket, it's a sort of verbal description of the hokey cokey.
If I just scrub out the title, you know, and stick cricket over the top, he'll never know the difference.
Absolutely. Anyway,
That was the highlight of my week. As I said, it's the edited rather than the unexpurgated version.
what's wrong with the unexcavated?
It's too long.
It's so wild and exciting we couldn't take it.
And it's too long.
How's Otto?
Otto's fine, and damn and blasted, I forgot to bring that photo in again.
Oh no! What's he doing in the photo?
Lying down like cats do.
Sarky knickers. Lisa, what kind of a week have you had?
I acquired a house this week.
A whole house?
A nice 3-bedroom detached, yes.
1, 2, 3, party! Really?
Absolutely, yes. A friend of mine was foolish enough. He's gone away for a few weeks, and he's given me the keys to his house. Oh, yes.
Oh, cool. Can we have a party?
I think so, yeah.
Top party.
We'll just get the old diaries together a bit later on, decide when, and Bob's your uncle.
Oh, brilliant.
3 weeks should be enough.
I'd have thought so.
Is it Bob's house?
We could hold out. No, it's not Bob's house, actually.
Oh, right. Oh, well, never mind. I'm
Hey,
sure
well,
it's still a nice house.
It's a fabulous house. It's just right for a party.
Oh, cool. Would he mind if you had a party there? We wouldn't trash it much.
Probably break my legs if he ever found out, but I'm sure if we tidied up nicely and...
Because we wouldn't mention it on the
We?
programme or anything.
Yeah, we'd have to tidy it up, Mike, if you're coming to make a mess. No, you wouldn't mention it, would you?
No, absolutely
No,
not
no,
on the
no,
programme
Never
at all,
find out.
in
no.
the slightest.
Absolutely not.
What else happened to you this week?
Well, I decided that we never tell people what we really think of them, do we?
No.
And I don't. I think we should. I think we ought to be loving and kind and sharing and that sort of thing.
Ah.
So I bought the person that I love most in the world a nice little present this week.
What, yourself?
I bought myself a diamond ring. Yes.
Did you?
I did. Yeah. You want to have a look?
Very nice.
Like it.
Yeah.
Lisa's engaged to herself.
I am. Yes, because I'm the best person. Let's face it.
Wow, a cluster of solitaires.
Yeah, very good. There are 7 diamonds, if you must know. Smallish diamonds, but there we are.
I'm sorry, Lisa, but that's desperate. Why did you buy yourself a diamond ring?
Because it was sitting sparkling in the shop window and it was saying buy me, and I tried it on and it was my size. Fatal. So there we are.
It's absolutely beautiful, Lisa.
Thank you.
Everybody will think you're engaged.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to put them straight then, won't
And the
I?
boys won't come near you.
Oh,
Then you'll
makes
never
a change, doesn't it?
then you'll never get married and settle down with children.
And have children. Oh, goody.
Oh well, never mind. But no, that's nice. Anything else happened to you this week?
No, I couldn't afford to do anything else after purchasing the aforementioned ring.
Very beautiful. Is it an antique?
Thank you. It's second hand. Does that make it antique?
Yeah, I guess so. But
Yeah.
it looks 30s to me.
It looks it's got sort of a very old-fashioned setting. It's very nice.
It is. It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
I hope you get it insured.
Yes, I think I probably will.
I think you should. Anyway, Ian, what kind of a week have you had?
Well, my girlfriend has been taking some more reluctant steps into the wild and wacky world of show business, because this coming week, a team from BBC's religious unit at Manchester is coming down to film a profile of her. And no
Why
one's...
don't they film a face on? I mean, because that would look far better. Because I never look good in profile.
Well, that would restrict them too much, you see. The whole point about this is that no one really knows what it's for, and I've boiled it down to 2 theories. Either they're going to do a profile on her for every man, which is going to be called Christians with bog brush hairstyles,
Yeah.
or
I saw her in the paper, by the way, in a week with a long blonde wig on.
yeah, she didn't like that. I can
No,
tell you.
I like a natural style better.
I tackled her about that, actually. I said, you complained in your article that you got more wolf whistles than usual. I thought, how vain. How many wolf whistles do you normally get in a day? Explain yourself, goddammit.
Well, if you walk past a building site, I mean, the things, it doesn't matter what on earth you look like, builders will always whistle
Yeah,
at you.
you can be male and builders will whistle at you walking past them.
Having said that, Elizabeth Hurley's got the perfect answer to it. She did wear that dress, but she was wolf whistled by a group of builders some time ago. It's been reported lots, and one of them, I think, offered perhaps,
to give physical expression to his regard for her.
yes, and she said, well, not here, but my car's around the corner and my flat's just over there. Do you want to come back? And he just was so embarrassed.
Ha!
So-
Good.
For her.
But I
Shout back to him.
heard something on the radio the other day which said that builders in Sheffield, I think, were being encouraged as representatives of the council, because there's a lot of building work going on in Sheffield. There are moves to ban builders' bum cleavage, which is the most disgusting thing, to ban, and as somebody who was in very close proximity to a whole load of builders who are building...
And their bottoms.
You've no respect for tradition, have you?
So no longer do we have to gaze at their horrible hairy bottoms. We'll no longer have to gaze at their flabby torsos. And how come they're flabby when they're builders, which is very hard and...
Yeah, they should be fit, shouldn't they?
Yeah, there should be love trumpets. And also, they're not going to be able to swear, which is... I used to be woken up, when this building work started close by our flat, I used to be woken up at 8 o'clock every morning by the most loud drilling you've ever heard in your life. I'm now woken up by the loudest obscenities you've ever heard in your life.
Oh, dear.
So they're not going to be allowed to swear
Michael,
at each
stop
other.
swearing.
Yeah, exactly.
That time in the morning when she kicks me out of... and says, "Get me a coffee." What do you expect?
And also, they're not going to be allowed to wolf whistle at women, which I think is fair
I
enough.
think it's a very good idea.
But the builders weren't happy, apparently.
dear.
Anyway, sorry, Ian.
And the other theory I have is that she's going to be a dilemma on Heart of the Matter.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Should Christians go out with people who are shorter than they are?
Are you shorter than Joe?
By about a couple of millimetres, I think so.
Oh, wow. How modern of you.
I think so. What else did I do? I cured myself of one of my most annoying habits, which was reading in the shower. And I finally decided what I'm going to do with all my millions of pounds.
What would you do if you had $1 million, if this is a Barenaked Ladies programme?
I would set up a company called Flartwibble Limited.
Why?
I would register it at Companies House, and then I would outbid Carling for the sponsorship of the next season's premiership, so that every Saturday afternoon, Len Martin on Grandstand would have to introduce the FA Flartwibble Premiership. And I'd laugh.
Would you? Was that your week?
Yeah.
Well, would you like to hear about my week, since I'm so exciting?
What kind of week did you have, Samantha?
Well, my week was sort of strolling along in a really sort of dull fashion. So it's going, dull week, boring week.
But that's unusual for you, and you need to rest occasionally.
Of course, a girl needs some time off from being interesting.
Absolutely.
So I had boring week, boring week,
Taking
boring
5
week.
years off.
What are you smirking at, Flower?
I was just waiting for a moment that I could interject and welcome the listeners to BBC Radio Stoke who've just joined us.
Where have they been? Where have you been?
Late against Stoke.
There were some technical difficulties.
Well, I'm glad to have you back, because this
You
is
haven't missed any nakes.
You haven't missed any nakes, because this is a Barenaked Ladies special on the programme tonight. But anyway, what was I saying? So dull week, boring. And then first of all, I discover a wasp's nest in our flat.
Oh dear.
So I don't know what to do about those.
Phone the council.
But the thing is, we've got killer wasps now, haven't we, from somewhere peculiar?
Probably be dead next week. Tragic.
Continental wasps from somewhere? Killer wasps?
From the
I think
continent.
we've got them from Germany, German super wasps.
Yeah,
aren't they?
that's
They
right.
come over here with their spiked helmets.
Nah, French wasps, because they wear those striped jerseys and have little wasp onions.
Ian, will you get out of surreal land and come back here? So it's all dull. And then I met the Fezzer.
No.
Since
Since everybody else was dumbstruck by that.
I met Brian Ferry on Thursday.
Oh yes, you were going to the party.
Yeah, I met Brian Ferry, which is all very exciting. But you see, the trouble with me is that I've been doing this and TV and all the other things for years and years and years, and I've met lots of celebrities.
Because you started when you were very young.
I did start when I was in my teens, practically.
Early teens, actually, yeah.
So I've been doing this for ages, and I've met lots of famous people. However, when I meet somebody that I like or admire, I just go all pathetic. How can I still be starstruck? So there's Fezzer at this party.
Because you're one of the people, Sam, in a showbiz sort of way.
It's ridiculous. And
Should we just do the routine very quickly? If I suddenly become very elegant, rather tall, very well dressed, and with a great haircut. Hello. Hi.
Hi, Brian. Really great new album.
Yeah. Thanks.
Must have taken you a long time to record.
Yes, I haven't released an album for 8 years. Thanks.
And I like it when you do original material, Brian.
Oh, thanks.
And going on tour then, aren't you? Is it going to be a long one?
Yes.
And that was
Thanks.
it.
Oh dear.
Oh, I'm so sad and pathetic in a big girl's girly blouse.
Could have been worse.
Couldn't.
I don't know how, but it could have been
It
worse.
couldn't.
I should point out, I don't know if that is Brian Ferry's real accent, because I was there as well, and we did have quite a considerable chat with him, but we were both too stressed. I can't remember what his accent is, whether he's still all Geordie Minor, or whether he's all posh now.
No. He's got a very strong Geordie accent, which I admire, because I didn't realise he still had a Geordie accent. I thought he dropped it. Like Jerry Hall dropped him. Oh, but there we
Something
are.
else you should have said to him.
I should have said to him, shouldn't I? How's Jerry? Oops, sorry, stumped you. Ran off with Mick Jagger, and hasn't he treated her well?
You promised me last week that you were going to say to Brian Ferry, how come you haven't made a decent record for 20 years?
Yeah, I was going to say that. However,
You
I
lost
didn't.
your bottle.
I didn't in the event. I was so overwhelmed by his gorgeousness, I didn't.
Is he gorgeous still?
He's absolutely astonishingly good looking.
Does he dye his hair?
It doesn't transfer to record, though, does it?
No, unfortunately not. And the thing is that I've never thought that Brian Ferry's particularly... But the thing is about it is that, OK, some of Brian Ferry's albums have been brilliant. Some of his, early 70s albums have been wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. But it's not like he's David Bowie. It's not like I've ever been... a huge Brian Ferry, massive Brian Ferry fan. The fact that he wrote In Every Dream Home a Heartache, and I was thinking to myself, I've touched the hand that wrote In Every Dream Home a Heartache, probably. So that was all terribly exciting.
1981, I saw Brian Ferry out with some bird or other.
Yeah.
And all of us in the art school where I was at the time, we were all suitably impressed by seeing him there as well. I think I heard from the back of me someone shout, "Get out the way, you great Geordie twonk."
Actually, and he looks amazing.
That's okay, then.
But he was lovely. He was really, really sweet.
Like that.
Yeah.
Does he bend his mouth like, as Clive James would say, into an outline which looks like Australia?
Yes, he does when he talks.
And he smiles when he talks, and someone was saying, well, you never see him smile when he sings, but he was actually very, very happy and very friendly, wasn't he?
Perhaps he's read them off.
No, what it is when he sings, he's realising that he writes such terrible songs these days that he can't smile. I think.
Actually,
But, Ian's impersonation of him was a lot like Derek Guyler and On the Bus. I'm sure they've never been seen in the same room.
That was very exciting about this week is that I watched Pebble Mill. That in itself isn't
It's an event, isn't it?
It's an event, but it's not necessarily the most exciting highlight of one's week. However, they had Derek Griffiths on. Who was,
I missed it.
He was wonderful, Derek. But he was brilliant. He was such a funny guy and a lovely singing voice. Blah 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 blah. So now I went to a concert and misbehaved. I bought a Barenaked Ladies baseball cap, which I put on backwards.
Which is very nice, by the way.
Thank you very much. It's tartan, and I tripped people up going downstairs, and I sang out loud.
Their crime. They were Canadian.
No, it wasn't. They was treading on me, but they're
Very nice people, the Canadians. Shut up.
Yes, I know you're Canadian. However, so that was pretty bad. And then I lost loads of cool points further on by singing very, very loudly to every single Barenaked Lady song that they sang. Obviously, they're all Barenaked Lady songs because that was the band that was playing.
Were you cool enough not to go for the support?
Oh, of course I missed the support.
Oh, good.
Anyway, and then what else did I do that was...
Did you call out for songs between songs, Samantha?
Yes.
Did you shout very loudly, "Play Brian Wilson"?
Yes. I didn't tell them that.
You were being mildly sad, actually, weren't you?
I was being absolutely tragic, but it was wonderful. And then they came...
Did you pay for your ticket?
Yes. And I bought the baseball cap and the T-shirt.
Wow.
And they were in here yesterday singing with their nice voices.
Bless them.
And playing with their nice instruments. Anyway, let's cut to the chase, because here they are with their new single. I played it last week. I'll play it again. The album's released tomorrow, so it's all right.